glad to be back here with you. Hey, welcome to Courageous Chronicles Games with Dad as we continue on Courageous County. And I know I'm a little bit late getting this video up, but it's been a busy week, so sorry about that. But here we are back in Courageous County, and just taking a quick tour through some of what we've got going here together. Let's take a look at what we're going to work on today. So, last time we were here, we built this new intersection after I tried to flood the town and, murder my entire population. Uh, Thankfully, they're resilient and they did just fine. So, let's just take a quick look around again. So, we've got our residential community over here with our space left for the high res. We've got our nice little low res community over here that we're going to continue eventually as well. Um, one of the things I've been doing on my playtest map is filling in the the dirt from here to here and extending all of this out. I think I am going to do that here. However, I'm not going to do it quite yet. Just at some point. We do have our amusement park, which is coming along pretty well. We are up to 3 stars here. At some point, we're going to want to get some more landscaping in here. But I need to build up more money. So I think today what we're going to work on is trying to find a way to get some more money coming into the city. So what I want to do, and just so you know, I haven't really planned for anything yet. So we're going to kind of learn this together. But I think what I want to do is plan out an oil field. Oil brings in a lot of money. A lot of money. Like ridiculous, copious amounts of money. Um, Usually, from what I've noticed, is once I put an oil or an ore field in, either one of those makes it so that I really don't need to be worried at all about making money anymore. Um, Now, that being said, I don't like having them right next to the city either because I know that I personally wouldn't want to live in a city that had a big, gigantic ore field or oil field next to it. So we need to figure out where we're going to put that. So why don't we take a look around for a bit and try to decide. I've been thinking about possibly putting an ore field over here. I think that would work out pretty well. We have a mountain. It makes sense that there would be ore over here. So that could be one answer. Um, I've also thought about putting an oil field over in this area. We have the little gulf here, so it would kind of make sense that we might be able to find oil there. If you remember, I did go and actually remove, I think. I did not. Okay. So there is still oil on the map. I don't like where the oil is placed on the map because, well, I'm not going to build an oil field in the middle of nowhere like that. I do want it near the highway, and I'm not going to build it over here. So let's go and get rid of this stuff because yuck. Switch over that. Alright, this will change the coloring of our ground a little bit too. Sometimes cool, sometimes not, but we'll see. Alright, that seems to get rid of all that. We'll go ahead and remove the ore as well. And just put it down ourselves wherever we want. Okay, so yeah, the other, over here wouldn't be a horrible place for an ore field or an oil field either. Maybe that'll work just fine. And then we can take this highway and we'll kind of shift it a little bit so it comes through here instead of going all the way up through there and getting right in the middle. I think that's... But I like this. I don't want to ruin that. Huh. Okay. So maybe we'll put the oil right over here. That makes sense. Let's take a look at what... I know we don't have boats yet, but I think if we go into... Yeah, okay, there we go. We can see it. Okay, so... I think if we put it over here, I don't know if that'll be close enough. That's ferry pathway. Man. Alright, I don't know if that'll be close enough to be able to connect to that. I think it will, though. I think it will. Okay. Alright, I think that's what we're going to do. And we're going to move this highway a little bit. So I'm going to go into a time lapse. I'm going to move this highway, and then I'll be right back with you guys. All right. So as you can see, we got the highway moved. Excuse me. I decided to move this over to here, and we brought the wall down so that you could. I don't know. It kind of made sense to me that you would have this wall here. Maybe it was an old seawall, something like that. I left this factory here for now. I may move it over to make it look like it makes more sense, but for now I left it there because I do like it. I don't want to get rid of it. And then as you saw, I did flatten the land, and then I also uh, brought the highway down to the land's level. So now it's going to be time to put in our oil field. So one of the things that I want to make sure that I plan for, actually we can go ahead and unpause the game, is like I said, we're going to have our quote-unquote harbor over here. So I do want to plan for that. Um, I think what we'll do is we'll straighten just this one section right here out. So let's go ahead and kind of start doing that. We'll get our do up here. I don't think we need a fancy seawall or fancy key here. Yeah, we don't really need any of those fancy ones. We really just want the basic thing. Oh, let's turn off network or parallel road tool there. Okay, let's make sure we get it somewhat straight. Let's put down a road for a guideline. Hello, straight road. Hello, straight road. Okay. Right there. There we go. Alright, put that down. Alright. Perfect. Okay, I'll go ahead and get rid of this now. Alright, now the other thing I just noticed too, because we built all of this road here, look at what's happening to our weekly income. Whew, crazy. Alright, let's see if we can do anything about that. We have our taxes where they belong. All of our budget is pretty much where it needs to be. You know, I can probably... I don't want to lower my transportation budget at all. We can probably lower... Oh, that's managed by the thing. Yeah, see, look, 7,000 bucks there. Okay. Do we have any policies? Nope, nothing else we can enact. Alright, so there's really nothing we can do to make a lot of money, or to make our money better here. So, we may end up having to pause our game a little bit until we get the oil up and running. You know, let's get... Boy. Alright, let's pause the game while we build the intersection here as well. So that's going to be the next thing I do. So, sorry, I'm jumping around, guys. For me, it's Saturday morning, and I don't get cartoons, so instead my brain jumps around like it is a cartoon. So let me finish this up, and then we're going to go and put the intersection over here. And what we're going to do, I think we're going to have a total of 2 intersections. We're going to make this intersection, which is strictly going to be a service exchange, or we'll kind of go mark out some territory for us here. So we're going to do this right here, which is going to be an oil field service exchange. Okay, and then I think we're going to do another one over here, which is going to be both an oil field service exchange, and I think we're going to do a little community over here of kind of like we did with the farm. So that we have a bunch of people that don't aren't like primarily concerned with getting into education. So I think we'll work on that as well. Let's go ahead and give this a quick name. So this will be the Residential Service Exchange. Whoops, exchange. All right, and then this will be the industrial, if I can spell, industrial service exchange. All right, there, just so I don't forget what I'm doing. Okay, take a quick old drink of coffee. You know, one of my favorite things about listening to Biffo is always when he would tell us, like, he's gonna take a sip of his tea. I don't know why, but I always found it very, very reassuring to know he was a human being. But anyways, along that vein, I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee because, well, I mean, I like tea. I'm just, today's not a tea kind of day. All right. Okay, so let's see. We got our key wall down here. Let's go make it look a little bit nicer. We'll give it a little bit of an angle here. And then actually this one I think we're going to keep going a little bit straight. And we'll just end it right there. Alright, let's get that all to the right height. Actually, that seems to be pretty darn at the right height, doesn't it? Yeah, you know what? It really does. Okay, well, we lucked out there. Ooh, it's all stuffy this morning. Man. Okay. Now, we're gonna grab our slope terrain brush here and make it nice and flat. Cool. Actually, let's actually drop this down a little bit there. I'm not gonna do this along the whole entire thing. I'm gonna do it in a big enough area for us to build a harbor here eventually. Alright, and then the rest I'm just gonna even out a little bit. We may mask this with some rocks and trees just to make it look a little bit nicer and not like, oh hey, here's the end of our key. Alright. Then the other thing that I like to do when I have these is I'll just take this last little bit and taper it down. There. Okay. And then let's, because I don't want this to look so wild here, even that out a little bit. Alright, and that, once we go to build an actual harbor in, that'll be good. And then what we can do too at that point is put some sea rocks in here to kind of jagged that out a little bit. I did miss this. Huh? Yeah, see? Okay. This is one thing I messed up. So, this will drive me bonkers, having this little bit of a height difference between here and here, because it means that my roads won't lay flat. So, oopsie. I'm going to go and fix that. Easiest way that I've found to fix that, plop a little road right here, right? Grab our move it, select the key wall, hit Control H to bring us up to the object height. Use the road as your guide to do that, right? And then we'll sink our ends back down again. All right. There, okay. And then we can get rid of this. Grab our leveling tool, click almost exactly on the key wall, and then use that. So if you notice, this is now at a slightly different height than the rest of this is. A little bit lower. So I am going to actually adjust all of this so that it's at the right, well, okay, not the right height, but at the height that I want it to be at. Alright, let's fix that. And then what we'll do is bring that back to about here, and then we'll just taper it down to there so we don't go too crazy. Alright. And whoop. Okay. There we go. We'll fix that up in a bit. Alright, so here is going to be our oil area. So now, I'm going to try to build an exchange I've never really built before. Exciting. I want this to come off at an angle because I want it to lead right here into this oil area. So we know we want this road to run parallel to the key. Do we? You know what? Maybe we don't. Maybe we want instead. Maybe we want a 2-lane road to run parallel to the key. And then we'll have a 4-lane road off of that. That looks good. 13 seems reasonable. Okay. No reason for the 13, just, I don't know, seemed like a good number to go with. Alright, and then we'll do this. Alright, let's see. So, as I was saying, this road here, what we'll do is use this as the road that our cargo harbor is connected to. That way we can turn it into a one-way, so that cars can so the cars can only go in one direction, and that way keep traffic reduced to a minimum. Okay, cool. So, now, let's see. We may not have to do a weird angle. I think we can get away with not doing a crazy weird angle. Huh. Yeah, I think we can get away with that. Okay. Alright. So, let's bring this up to 12. This is 22, so we'll go to 44 and make it nice and even. Oopsie. Can't count. Okay. So there's that. And then... So I know we have a highway. Haha, see, no, that's not what we want. Let's see. Use this one, I think. That'll work best. Okay. So, I think these ended up equidistant. Yay, 11 and 11. Yay! Okay. So, I don't think we need any sort of fancy parkour or anything here, to be honest. You're not even gonna be able to go this way, I don't think. For now, I'm gonna probably leave it hanging there, but I really... my plan is not for people to go off this direction for any reason. I pretty much want this to exist solely for the oil fields. So there's our entrance. Like I said, this we're just gonna leave here for now. I may turn it into something later, but I'm not really sure. So, all right, let's go ahead and upgrade everything here to off ramps for the highway. Get our directions correct. All right. And I think we're actually going to keep those as grounded. Yeah, I think I will. It's another thing I don't really do too much of. I tend to do, if you've noticed, I tend to do a lot of elevated roads for for highway passes. So I think I'm gonna try something different. Let's make that a lot smaller. Okay, not that small. Yeah, we're gonna do that with it. And then maybe we'll no, actually I think I do kind of like that. Yeah, I do. I don't know why, but all my bridges I like to have the middle node just a little bit higher. I don't even know if that's realistic. I've never looked at enough bridges to check, but I don't know. It feels to me like it should be realistic. So it's my world, people. We're gonna make it our world, our realism. All right. And then, in all honesty, if we're gonna do that, we may as well make this the same idea. Oh, not that. All right. That looks like it would be a lot cheaper than doing the elevated roads, doesn't it? All right. Yeah, I'm happy with how that looks. Okay. Now, we're gonna work on getting our little industry area here. So we want our industry area to be somewhat big, but not ridiculous big. Um, I don't. I think starting it right here will be sufficient. Oh, you know what we could think of doing? Oh, that might be a good idea. We could have our industry area here, and then also, when we unlock it, we could even put our trade school over here where they can learn about geology and I'm gonna assume environmental science probably does that. All right, we'll go over here as well. Um, that's a good idea, guys. Glad you had that. Thanks. All right, Empire Land. That's a horrible, horrible, horrible name. For now, we're also gonna do this in case you decide to put any regular. Oh, silly! You can't do that in an industrial area. Okay, let's wait until we actually put down our oil field. Okay, so we've got that there. And then, let's see. For road, I think we'll run a single 4-lane avenue. We don't need this anymore. That was just a guide road. Where is the exact middle? I think it's right here, but I'm not positive. 40, 20, yep, okay. Go a little bit further. It's a planning road. We can go as far as we want. Alright. There's that. And then... So we're going to save this area right here will be where, like, offices and barracks and such are. So kind of do... Oh, oh, okay. Game had a little brain cramp there. Yeah, we'll do a road that runs next to it. That's what we'll do. Alright. And then... I want to keep this all running one way. Because I don't want a lot of traffic over here. Yeah. That'll work. Okay, and then in all honesty, I don't see why we can't do the same thing here. Alright, and then let's get our oil building, our oil industry main building, get our headquarters down. And, okay, well, guess who's going to be changing their design just a little bit? Because we gotta have that fit perfectly. Alright. Oh, hey, look at that. Fits perfectly. First try. Yeah. Okay. So we got our oil industry main building down. Alright, let's go ahead and... Yeah, we're going to go with industrial roads here. I like them. They make me happy. Alright. Make sure we're all going the right direction. Okay, so I kind of want people to come in here. Trucks to come in here and leave this way. That way we don't have people taking left turns here and boggling up all this junk. Yeah, so we do that. Alright. Flip this the other way. Here they're only going to be able to go this direction. And then here they're only going to be able to come back to the main highway. Main avenue, rather. Alright, and then same... exact opposite here, really, right? Because we want these people to also be able to come directly across to here. Right. There. Now, this will muck up a little bit. Yeah, you know what? I don't... let's do this instead. Let's put this here. Oh, of course, that's not where I want it. But one away. Okay. One away, which is different than a weem away. And alright. Okay, there. Now we won't have this getting mucked about. Alright, that should work. Now, we'll get... a couple of these down. So there are two. Let's go. And just to have a little bit of difference in our roads. Let's do this. I'm going to put these bad boys down. Yeah, look at that. We're dropping 4 of them. Boom. Right in a row. Alright. So what we're gonna do is, I think, my plan is to do raw materials here and then do production over here. So that we don't, again, I don't want all the trucks in one place, because if you haven't played with industries yet, you get your raw materials from the producers, right? That has to be shipped somewhere. So we're going to give it 2 different places to ship to. One is going to be this oil sludge pyrolysis plant, pyrolysis, whatever. Turns oil into fuel, right? And then the other thing we'll do is also give it some crude tank oil. Oh my word, crude oil tank farms to store it in as well. That way, it's got a couple options. Okay, so we've got our production. That's going to come to here, and now we stick one of these yonder. All right, a little bit smaller. So, got one-way streets there, one-way streets there. So I'm kind of going to do the same thing here. I'm going to do... I forgot to look how big that was. Okay. So, I'm going to grab our dirt road, go right. No, it goes here. Hopefully I got that right. Booyah. All right. Oh, yeah, we can we can eventually fit 3 of them there. For now, we can only fit 1, but eventually we'll be able to fit 3. Alright, let's go ahead and get our medium industrial road in there. Upgrades. One's that, one's that, one's that, one's that. Alright. Yay! Alright, and then our bridge right there, and that we're not going to do anything with. Okay, so as I said, we're going to stick the toll booth in. What do we have? Where's our large two-way toll booth? Alright, so that... Oh, you know what? I'm not. That's going to just muck everything up. I'm not going to do that. Alright, so we've got our oil. Oh, probably should actually put down some oil. I do have the unlimited oil on because I cannot. Like, who wants to invest all their time into building something like this just to have it turn around and run out of oil? Okay. There's that. Now this will help us start to get some money in so that we don't have to worry about getting money in, I guess. That's really the best way to put that. Um, it'll make a huge difference. So let's go ahead and unpause the game. Whew, scary. Okay. We're gonna pop it up on high for a minute. Let's watch to see our oil getting produced. Ooh, ah. So as you see, this says over here that they don't have enough resources. That's because we haven't produced any oil yet to bring over to there. It won't take long though. There, we've got 1 of 8 workers, so we've got our first people there. I like this one little standout tree that's like, no! But we're gonna get rid of that because I don't think it looks right. And so we are making some money, although that's not from this. You'll notice this jump up occasionally and just be like, oh my gosh, here's all the money in the world. I think what we may do too. This one of those things I never use. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's just awful. I don't like that at all. Oh man, there they go. Look at that. So these guys, by the way, are... Oh, oh hey, yeah, let's set that to empty. We don't want to leave that set on balanced. So take a quick look at that. So what these mean, if we put it on balanced, it'll try to keep about half full. If we put it on fill, it's going to bring in oil from the outside, which is why we just took a huge loss. It's going to try to bring it in from the outside to fill it up. If we put it on empty, it's going to bring it in, or it's going to try to just sell it. So now this guy should be, okay, they're still doing that. How about him? There we go. All right, so he's exporting oil products, right? Just taking them over to get used up. And they have brought in oil over here as well. So now we are producing actual petroleum. So eventually you'll see trucks come and pick it up here too. We're going to grab this road and we're going to slap some yield signs on it because we don't need traffic signals. So hopefully, so if we grab this guy here, well, if we can stop getting them dropping off oil, jump into Jehoshaphat. Stop with the drop off. Okay, this guy exporting petroleum products. So let's go. Let's go for a little ride. Get rid of this thing because we don't care about that. So this guy, this is, let's see, his name is Steven with a PH. Oh, let's do it right. Steven with a PH, right? And Steve, he's been a trucker most of his life. He's in his late 50s right now. Um, he's been working towards trying to retire, but unfortunately, the trucking life doesn't lend itself to an early retirement, unfortunately. So poor Steven, I mean, he does hundreds and hundreds of miles. Oh, good grief, hundreds of miles a year in his truck. Thankfully, he last year his wife let him buy his own truck, so now he's an owner operator, so he makes a little bit better money. But Steven here, he's gonna come up here, he's gonna take a left and hop on the highway. All right. And now we're gonna go a little bit faster and yeah, ooh, pretty. Okay. And now we're gonna go a little bit faster and get out of town. Let's follow Steven out of town. Now, when Steven leaves town, you should be able to see down here in the bank balance. Oh, this bridge is awful. Ah, you should be able to see down here in the bank balance a little bump from his sale of the oil. So we'll slow down once we get out there. Oh, geez, where's he going? Oh, okay, we're heading to this direction. Alright. Oh, look. That's our water tower. There's our city. Yay. There's our... Actually, looks kind of neat. I may... You know what? I think I'm going to pave all that. Anyways. There... Hey, guys! This is where he comes through, and every time he comes through here, he honks to his wife, Doris. She lives back in here. Doris, I'll be home shortly. Nice, Steven. Back to work. So I don't want to miss when he actually leaves the city. Oh, another bridge that has to be evened out. Ooh, it's like a little roller coaster. This is like Courageous County Truck Simulator here. Drive, Steven, drive. Alright, we're almost to the edge of the map. Whoa, whoa, hey, hey, why are we tailgating there, buddy? Okay. I guess we'll go a little longer. Alright, so here we go. So we're at 33,989, right? 33,885. Now he's left the map. There, 38,551. So we just made almost $5,000 off the sale of one truck worth of oil product. Where are we? Right. So as you can see, this gets to be pretty profitable. See that adds to our weekly income there. All right. Cool beans. So we got our oil area started. We built this. I don't really know what we're going to call this intersection. I know we can get rid of this, though. Don't need that anymore. Built our service exchange over here. And, wow, you know, it's times like this where it doesn't feel like we really accomplished a lot, but we made a huge leap towards the financial security of Courageous County. So, it's still quite a bit. Um, So I think that's going to do it for this episode, folks. So if you haven't already, you know, go ahead, hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. You know, picked up a subscriber last week, so thank you to whomever you are. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate it. Uh, Make sure you like the video if you do like it. And I am going to go out on a little bit of a time lapse. I'm going to fix some of these bridges because honestly, the angles are just driving me bonkers. So thank you very much for being here. I love you guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you on the next episode.